Private business owners shouldn't be forced to do business with anybody that they don't want to do business with for whatever reason they don't want to do business with them, because they own their business and they should be allowed to sell and buy from whomever they want.
Absolutely. People own their stuff, and especially their time, so they can decide what to do with it.
Okay, this is where my opinion on what private business owners should and shouldn't be allowed to do thing kind of gets confusing.
Oh, great. Now you're going to say how businesses actually should be forcefully interfered with in how they use their resources and time?
So follow with me. Any private business that's receiving any kind of government funding or government relief should not have the right to refuse service to anybody for any reason.
Involuntary servitude. What could possibly go wrong? While government funding shouldn't exist because government doesn't have funds, it just robs from productive people in the form of taxes, or makes money by literally making up new money. I can't go to a store owner either and demand any service I want, even if I were to pay with my own money. And in the case of government relief, government isn't even paying other people's money, it's just taking less than it was intending to.
Churches in the United States don't have to pay taxes. Essentially, this makes them government services.
So because the government didn't take the wealth they earned from them by force, they are now owned by the government? I'm not robbing you either. Are you my slave now? Because it sounds like the only options you are giving are either you can be stolen from, or you yourself can be stolen.
Your identity was stolen? Why were you using a credit card? If you had used cash, this never would have happened.
Well, yes, credit cards are an odd system based on the idea that anyone who knows your address can take money from you, but no one can be trusted with the power of taking money from anyone else. So to be safe, only after a certain time has passed can the person that took the money actually know if the money is now theirs. In a way that's, let me make you pay for this and see if it sticks. So yes, it is a good idea to use a more sane system, based on the idea that no one can take money from you because no one can be trusted with the power of taking money from others unless you actually leave the money to them or simply leave it. But there are other options that, unlike cash, can't just be printed at will.
Maybe this counterfeit pen doesn't really work. Why would I want to stop the sale of this thing? For a very good reason, folks. It's costing you and me money, because this allows real counterfeit money to stay in circulation. You should be able to tell yourself. But if you use a counterfeit pen, it's perfectly all right. On a counterfeit bill, you're putting that money back into circulation, and you're costing us the hundreds of thousands of dollars that are issued in counterfeit money in this country. It costs us a lot of money.
The ways in which counterfeit money can cost us is through the amount that gets added or the point at which it enters the economy. As for the amount, the more money that gets created for the goods and services around, the more they cost. The newly created money gets its purchasing power at the expense of the money we already own. In that sense, there is no difference between counterfeit money and the money central banks create out of nowhere. As for the point at which it enters the economy, central banks give newly created money to governments or banks they have close relations to that are making deficits or losses, meaning they are actually destroying value. While counterfeit money goes to other people that might even make a profit and create value. So you can argue that counterfeit money is preferable to central bank money. But even better would be to use something that can't just be created at will to divert purchasing power away from those that actually earned it such as precious metals that are limited by how much gold, silver, platinum there actually is. So there can't be more in circulation than exists. Or decentralized cryptocurrencies, limited in supply by an algorithm that no single person or institution can change at will. Which would be especially fitting ever since Ethereum started rising!